So this happened, and shout out to Afeni for being out there because
I'm sorry, y'all. I might have to go because I'm on this train and it just keep blanking me out.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming on, Rome. Always
Thanks,
good to see
Rome.
you, man.
thanks, Rome.
Have a great time.
Oh yeah.
Have fun,
Oh yeah. I'm
Rome.
gonna keep y'all updated on everything.
All right, cool.
All right, y'all.
So this happened, and Afeni is actually at this protest. So Afeni posted this, and it says, Howard students are doing a black burn takeover. Howard University is a HBCU, historically black college in DC. We are staying here all night until the demand for basic human decency are met. There are rats and roaches in the cafe, students without housing, and mold in the limited housing that is available. This is unacceptable. Hashtag fight back. And I'll play the video in a sec, but I retweeted this and I said, where are all the celebrities that went to Howard? The ones that like to brag about their alma mater when it's convenient. You have a lot of power. You can resolve the situation easily with your money. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because a lot of famous people went to Howard University. It's probably one of the most well-known HBCUs in the country. A lot of famous people went there. And the problem that HBCUs have had over time is funding. They do not have as much funding as predominantly white institutions. It's a problem. But you have all these celebrities, Felicia Rashad, Debbie Allen, P. Diddy, all these celebrities, there's a long list of them that went to Howard. They have millions and millions of dollars. They like to get on TV and they like to brag and say, yeah, Howard was my alma mater. That was my school. But your school has rats and roaches in the freaking cafe. Your school is unsanitary. Why not take your millions and help the students at your alma mater? And this is what the girl said in the video.
And what we are doing in there, we are within our constitutional right to protest. Anybody that is fearing or shying away from doing it, our ancestors bled to put up these institutions. We are literally walking on the yard of our ancestors. We are literally on an HBCU campus for a reason. We are not here just to go to class. We are here to be leaders. We are here to be advocates. We are here to be change makers. If you just want to go to class, take your ass to a PWI, because that really is, we're not here for it.
Hell yeah!
So what we have to do here is going to represent and influence HBCUs across the nation. Because there are so many demands and so many problems that HBCUs face, but they're not even looked at as legitimate. Everyone's trying to compare Howard to Harvard. Nobody want to go to Harvard, no way. Please. So with that being said, yes, we are going to be inside of Blackburn, TBD, until our demands are met. You guys can come inside to see our demands. We're going to be having activities. We're going to be having Know Your Rights training. We're going to make sure we keep us safe. Because who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe!
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 Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down!
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 Period. I'll see y'all inside.
Hell yeah,
Dude,
Fred!
that was powerful as hell.
Hell yeah, Fred!
Dude, Afeni need to have her on Facts and Fire. That's all I need to know. That's all I say. That was a powerful chant, and she was on the money, man. On the money. You got anything you want to say, Sabrina James? I have some thoughts. But I'll let you go first.
I just want to say, like, it's a problem. It's a problem. I've seen the disparities, and it's not just Howard, Spelman, Morehouse, all these other HBCUs. They lack funding and they need funding. And you have so many of these celebrities that went to these schools. And someone mentioned in the chat, I forgot about her, Taraji B. Henson. She's another one that went to Howard. They like to get up on stage when they're winning an award and say, yeah, this goes out. Shout out to all my people at Howard. Kamala Harris went to Howard University.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where are the funds, guys? Like, you mean to tell me you can't get some of these celebrities to donate to this institution? You can't get some of these politicians to donate to Howard University? And I want to let people know that Howard University was also involved in gentrification in DC, in that area. So
Ooh.
they don't care about you either. They trying to push black people out.
Oh, you gonna tolerate that, Nick Cannon? You're gonna tolerate that? For real?
That's why I tell you it's a business. It's not, these are not schools, these are businesses. You would never see that happen at Harvard. You would never see that happen at NYU. You wouldn't see it happen at Stanford. Those are predominantly white schools. The HBCUs, they're treated like it's like crap. The infrastructure is falling apart. And you have all these billionaires, these millionaires who went to these schools and they're not even trying to help.
Wow.
James, you got thoughts?
Wow. Yo. So look, this yes, Sweet Drifter. Yes, the font. Look, this is capitalism at its best. In fact, this is black capitalism at its best. Because ultimately, what did Fred Hampton say? We're not going to beat capitalism with black capitalism, but what we're going to beat it with? Socialism. Socialism. Right. And these HBCUs are supposed to be creating black leaders. But what are the black leaders created for? Just like, remember, Nick, when you and I, we were talking about college, and I was talking about these elite universities. And a lot of times, a lot of elite universities, they teach you to fail. That's what they do. They train you to fail. Because look at who runs our nation. People who went to these elite universities, Harvard, Brown, Princeton, all these other different ones. And so they don't even run our country to be successful in the way that it should be. Now, I'm sure there is some people who graduated from HBCUs that have the correct intentions as well. But at the same time, you got to remember, number one, we live in a nation that was on white supremacy. So what makes you think that they're not going to follow the same model as these other elite universities? Just because they're a college just because they're a black college doesn't mean they don't follow the same model as many of these other elite universities. So we also have to be mindful of that. That being said, the pay that their faculty, including the adjunct faculty, make is also deeply important. How they treat their students who are paying $40,000 for an education at these schools is also deeply important. So yes, put all the celebrities who tout this school on blast, because if they want to really tout this school, then that means it should be a school that actually takes care of its students and its faculty from the janitor and up, from the people who keep the grounds clean and up, because there's absolutely no reason why people should have to endure rats and roaches in their cafe, and they should not endure mold in their living quarters, and every single student should be housed. Every single one, full stop. So, Howard, fix your shit. Because guess what? This is going to make you're going to start looking at, like, Howard's going to start looking the same way we look at people like Kamala Harris.
Yep.
Same way we look at Yvette Nicole Brown. The same way we look at people like Bill Cosby. We're going to start looking at them the same way. And if you want that to be your legacy, okay, fine. But guess what? You're going to have a lot less black students coming to your school, and it will no longer be an HBCU. So,
Yep. No, it's true. And then I just want to tell everybody, Howard University is $27,000 a year tuition. So you're paying that much money to go to school, and there's rats and roaches in the cafe.
that's what your money's going towards?
Why I want to add to this, because I think Sabby brought up a very powerful point when she brought up, like, the black celebrities and influencers that went to Howard. Where are they? Like you guys said, and I make this example all the time. Do you guys remember when missing white woman syndrome was trending on Twitter, and that was trending because Joanne Reed did a segment on MSNBC where she was like, "Oh my God, the media, they never pay attention to black women who are kidnapped or go missing," which is true and is a problem. But what's wrong with this situation? Joanne Reed, you have a platform on MSNBC. So instead of her coming out and now using this to you exploiting this to get ratings, where she's like, "Oh my God, why no one in the media is talking about this?" You have a giant platform. Why is Joanne Reed doing nothing to? Why is she spearheading this issue and covering all the black people that are going missing?
Because she's own.
And then you had liberals that was like, "Oh my God, Joanne Reed, actually speaking on this issue. She cares." And my first reaction when I was like, "Bro, why ain't she covering it then?" So the reason why I bring that up, because that's the same thing I see here. These black influencers, these millionaires, these capitalists, they can do so much for our community, and they choose not to. I'll give you guys one more example. I explain all the time because I cover the class war, and we all talk about the homelessness crisis. And this is why, if you watch the International Leftist Coalition that we do every week, we talk about class and race. And Josana brilliantly explains how class is race. And when we say that, when we look at the homelessness crisis, 40% of the homelessness in this country is black, despite us being 13% of the population. Do you know how easy it would be for people like LeBron James, Oprah, Dr. Dre, who got like $5 billion? Why don't they just buy hotels in the black community and house our people? You know how cheap that is compared to the amount of money they make? They can wipe their ass with that money. But they don't do it. Why? I'll let you guys answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, I think back to when Kamala Harris was giving her VP acceptance speech, and even when she was running for president, she was like, "Oh, I just want to say hi to my AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha." For those who don't know, it's a black sorority. To my
my auntie's in that sorority, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Shout out, JB. To my AKA sisters at Howard University when I was a proud student at a HBCU. It benefited her then. It benefited her to use that, to say that.
They cling to blackness when it's convenient.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They are very class loyal, and they play a very particular role in sheep herding black people to the capitalist class. Oh my God, you see the dress that Beyonce had? Oh my God, you see those Jordans? Oh my God, Jay-Z, he see his chains. How much those chains worth? Then we look. And then we chase materialism. That's their goal. And I seen through it a long time ago. Yeah. I told you guys I'm anti-capitalist at heart, legitimately. I don't care. Like you guys remember that interview with Bernie where when someone asked him his opinion about how much and Bernie reaction. You guys know I criticize Bernie, but I think this was a cool moment where he was like, "Fuck out of here! I don't care about this shit." Like he wouldn't even entertain it because that's how I am. I don't care about this. So when I see how much Jordans cost, when I see how much money like people spend on like steaks. Like people spend like $2,000 on a golden steak that tastes like shit. When I see that, I'm like, I am utterly repulsed as an anti-capitalist. That's me. But these black celebrities and black capitalists, they glamorize that culture so we can get into the capitalist system and make money and have our labor exploited by the billionaire class. That's the rise and grind culture. Rise and grind, bro. Make money for your billionaire owner. That's what it is. That's what it's about.